Well, hey guys, welcome back. Layout is destroyed, just for a warning. The last few reviews, if you've been paying attention, unfortunately I've had some sort of short when I was disconnecting things, so I can't use the layout at all. So we are confined to some test track, but we're going to go ahead and push through reviews anyway, because I want to get the items out to you that you're looking to purchase or looking at just seeing what they're about. And a recent release is Bowser's Executive Line HO scale DS 4-4-1000 locomotive. We're going to take a look at that. This is equipped with ESU LOKSound, so let's get in the box right now. You can see around you, it is layout Armageddon going on. The controller is way over here because of the short, but we're going to get this done. Gonna make it after all, as Rance Allen says. I'll pull this out here. In the box, there is a LOKSound DCC manual. Goes over CVs, functions, etc. And we'll look at some of these functions on the review. Lubrication and DCC decoder information pamphlet as well. You know, some people don't run the locomotives as much as they should to really have to deal with lubrication, or they sit too long and they need to be lubricated, but lubrication is still a thing, and I am one that does not do as I should with said lubrication. So we're just going to pull this out. This is different packaging than I've seen in a while, so that's cool, but they do have that bracket there that's got screws, so I'll just simply unscrew this locomotive bottom from the bracket. May fast forward and spare you the details, or if I'm really being mean, I will make you watch. Well, that didn't take too long, so maybe I'll make you just watch that process instead of editing anything out. But locomotive's out of the box. Let's zoom in and take a look. All right, locomotive. Taking a look. There's Bessemer there on the cab. You do have a cab interior detail, separately applied grabs. And I know the camera is really not liking that color of black, so I'll try to put some more light on it so it doesn't flip out with focus here. Zoom in a little tighter as well. You have the horn up top, exhaust stack. Got some hatches here, and radiator fan grill, I believe, is right there. Not so familiar with this type, but it was requested, so I did want to cover it. You know, it's not really my era, and I usually study up on stuff, but with all the layout and moving going on, moving here or from our home into another home, it's pretty busy. Radiator fan on the end. You do have LED lighting on this. Stanchions, very, very sturdy stanchions. You have a separately applied air hose here with a silver tipped end and a coupler cut lever that's fixed in place. It's kind of hard to see, but it's because it's painted yellow, but it's there. You have a coupler here, which not quite sure if that's mill or not. Maybe go to Bowser.com, look at the spec sheet. I'll be sure to put that in the description because, like I said, usually I do my research, but just no time lately. Grab iron along the side here, and you can see that compartment detail on this locomotive too. This isn't the most intricately detailed locomotive, and that's not Bowser, that is just the real thing. I looked at some pictures, and it's kind of a plain Jane locomotive. There's not a whole lot of crazy stuff going on the locomotive, but you do have a step area to get up to the cab, and there's windshield wipers that are thin metal applied to the cab, and cab windows all around, including the top one there. Locomotive number 282, as you can see from that end. And from the back end, you can see a brake wheel inside the cab. So that's where they're cinching down the brakes, and then cab interior detail. Another light and windshield wiper and crew area for chair and all the operation controls there inside. All one color. You got a cab sunshade there too, a little hard to tell. All this black on black, everything kind of blends in. But there you have it on this locomotive's details. Let's get into operation. All right, as you can see, my easy track wedged in between my actual track there because of the short. Can't really check out much, but we do have the ability to go forward and backwards for about 1.5 feet or a few feet there and test out the functions of this locomotive. Now, to start up ESU LOKSound decoders, you have an F8, which does that. And if you hit F8 twice, it'll shut it back down. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that blooper in there for you. There's some functions I had going from the last review, so I just shut all those off, so you probably heard several sounds. That headlight's really bright. It's one of the few headlights I think would actually show the track in front of it like it's probably meant to. So it's really nice, bright headlight. So sorry I had to turn the bell off there, but it's nice golden white, perfect color temperature. It looks nice and great looking locomotive so far. Here's a bell. Horn. So it's just playable. There's a little speaker resonance there, but not much. Good sound, good bass to that as well. F3 is coupler. F4 is dynamic brake, which I don't know that this really has. It's pre-dynamic brake era. For a second, I thought the dynamic brake button was holding it, but it's not. F5 emergency lights don't apply in this case, I don't think. Oh, hold on a second here. Yeah, they don't. There's nothing. Thought I saw some lights there that don't exist. F6, more lighting that doesn't apply in this case. F7, flange squeal. I don't know if I can get it to work on this. Usually I think we have to get it moving pretty good. Oh, there you go. Sounds really good there. Flange squeal's on point. Okay. F8, like we said, was the prime mover. F9 is drive hold. So if you're moving, which we don't really have the ability to do much of, wherever you're at, if you hit drive hold, you can then crank the throttle up and that'll change the prime mover and allow it to really go to town. F10's independent brake, F11's radiator fan, 12 is dimmer, 13's more ditch lights and auxiliary lights that don't apply, 14's handbrake. So you can hear it just spin and then spins it at first, then starts cranking it down. Isolation switch F15, F16's air dryer on shutdown, F17's brake set and brake release. There's a lot of different sounds going all the way up to 31 functions on this, and I don't know how many of those apply, but I know some of them don't and some of them do. We'll go ahead and clear out any additional accessories or functions here. I'm going to move this thing, go in reverse first, one speed step. Okay. Looks like it starts moving at about 2 speed steps there. Keep in mind you got your configuration variables too to be able to adjust any of this. 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, you hear it kick up there. That's what I was kind of waiting on. 8, 9, 10. In reverse, you hear brake squeal. And 1. And forward. Again, no movement until about 2 or 3. Very, very, very minor movement at 2. This is a very tuned-in decoder for motor control for the slow speed steps there, because that's 3 right there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's really a nice sounding locomotive, great operating locomotive. Cannot do pull test because I've been getting some weird pull tests on this Easy Track that's kind of older, so I don't want to give you a pull test. Wouldn't be correct. I will give you a weight. I'll check some other NMRA compliance next. Alright, I'll check coupler height, which is significantly low, even though I know this isn't exactly spot on. In terms of camera angle, we'll flip it around here. It's a little bit low on that end, or a lot low depending on how you look at it. I'm looking at it from an offset angle there. And again, a little bit low there as well. So that's coupler height. Take a look at the NMRA gauge for wheel sets. Engage. Looks like it's engaged there too. In and in. So all compliance met there on the wheel gauge. While we're at it, we'll power up the scale here. Take a look at its weight. Got 8 ounces. Now it's kind of hard to see because of reflection. 8 ounces, 230 grams, 0.230 kilograms. It's a little over a half a pound, or right at a half a pound. There's your weight on that. Alright, that's going to wrap up the review. A very solid locomotive. Only really thing I could find was the couplers might need adjusting. It could be something as simple as tightening them up. But runs well, sounds well, good detail, durability, and great color temperature and brightness on the lights. So with that said, I'm going to leave you with this little run by here as I talk. Since we don't really have the ability to do a run by on the layout with the short. And we'll show you the other direction since we didn't do any of the tests in this direction. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.